Hello, I recently uploaded videos of my 1/18 scale Traxxas TRX 4M Land Rover Defender and my 1/18 scale FMS Hummer EV. It was the first time I'd run the TRX 4M after I'd converted it from a Bronco to a Defender, and also the first time I'd run the Hummer. And I actually filmed them along the same trail in the woods, one after the other, on the same day, and I've made this video using the unedited clips I took that day. Both RCs had some upgrades and mods before their first run, and these and some other relevant specs are listed on the screen now for you to pause and read if you want to. I will mention before we start the run footage that both RCs ran well along most of the trail, and this isn't intended to be a comparison video. It's more to show, using the unedited clips, how they really performed on the inclines. These were the difficult parts of the trail and had loose mud, damp moss and some slippery tree roots. So this is the first incline. And unfortunately, the Defender struggled for grip and kept tipping back. I tried a slightly different approach angle and it still couldn't make it up this section. The Hummer impressed me very much and made it up on its first attempt with no problems. The second incline looked a bit more tricky with its roots and loose dirt. On its first attempt, the Defender struggled for grip going over the roots. I tried it again, this time taking a different line of approach. I thought it was going to tip over here, but it regained its balance and continued up, making it look quite easy. The camera shows a slightly different angle here, and I tried to run the Hummer over the roots as well, and it also slipped on them. But with a bit more throttle it made it over and continued up the slope with ease. This incline is one of the more tricky areas of the trail. It's loose and damp earth, small stones, and it's a lot steeper than it looks on camera. There's some sharp drops near the top, and the sides slope down at a steep angle towards the bottom area. So the most viable route is along the top edge of the trail here. However, this isn't very wide and also slopes down, which can cause problems, especially for small-scale top-heavy RCs like the Defender and the Hummer. The Defender started really well and nearly made it up on its first attempt. But it got hooked on a stone near the top, which was very frustrating. And when I reversed down to start again, it tipped and rolled over. On the second attempt, it got stuck here. And again on its third attempt. So this time I went as far over to the right as I could on the slope, and then around the stone at the top to complete a successful fourth attempt. The Hummer struggled for grip on its first attempt at the same place as the Defender. I tried to steer it more to the right this time, but the rear slid left and it struggled for grip again. But this time I decided to continue and use the throttle and steering to help the tyres find the grip they needed to get up this tricky incline. This last incline is covered with damp moss and slopes down towards the camera and has a tree root at the top, which can be a difficult obstacle to get over for smaller RCs. The lowest part of the route is close to the tree, so I headed for that with the Defender, but it got stuck. I tried this many times with no success. Then I attempted to get over it further down. But that failed too. So no joy with the Defender on this last incline. The Hummer also struggled with the tree route on its first attempt. I approached it nearer the tree the second time, and the back tyres slid again, but managed to find some grip and get over the route. I was very impressed with this, but I didn't like the sound of the body rub, so I tried again. Despite more body rub at the start, this looked like the best attempt, but then the Hummer got stuck in shot at the top, which was irritating. So I tried again, taking the same line to the route, which it got over, and this time I turned at the top and successfully completed this last section with the Hummer. So now you've seen how these 1/18 scale RCs really performed on the trickier parts of the trail. The TRX4M Ready to Run chassis is one of my favourite small RC platforms at the moment, and the Defender was very capable on a lot of this trail. But even though I've upgraded the stock plastic wheels and tyres to heavier metal beadlocks, softer grippier tyres with heavy brass inner rings, it still lacked traction on some of the inclines and was still top heavy with the tendency to tip backwards. So I'd like to get some brass upgrades to add some weight low down on the chassis. The Ready to Run Hummer comes with some upgrades and mods as standard. It has a hard plastic body with an interior and also has metal suspension links and metal steering links, which add the weight low down to help with the body. The other feature it has are portal axles, which give it more clearance to get over the obstacles. The metal Endura wheels I put on are offset, and with the Endura tyres give the axle a wider stance. This means the Hummer has more stability than it has with the stock wheels and tyres. So all this really helped the Hummer with the more difficult parts of the trail, and I was very impressed with its first run. I hope you found this video interesting, and also, if you are thinking about buying one of these RCs, I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching.